Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Check. Good. You're good. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Hey, I got an audio box over there. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is for Dave. 16. Good? Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Very good. That's great.
Are we ready? All right. Well, this day has been a long time coming. The abandoned Packard plant has been a source of national embarrassment for the city of Detroit for many years. It's been a source of personal pain for our people in this community, and all longtime Detroiters have their history. My family history is that in 1958, my mother was in labor with me, and I was being delivered at St. Joseph Mercy Hospital over at Grand Boulevard in Milwaukee, where the GM plant is now. And as my father drove my mother to the hospital, they drove past the closed Packard plant. And every time my mom reads a story in the paper about progress I'm making, she always says, after 64 years, I'll be a lot more impressed when you do something about the abandoned plant. I'm really pleased to say that I'm taking my mom to the Lions game on Sunday, which is always a risky decision. But I'm going to take her by here first to show her that we're finally making progress. We had an owner that gave us nothing but basically a decade of false and broken promises. We did everything legally possible to enforce. Ultimately, the circuit court ordered him to demolish this building because you've got an outstanding company, the display group inside. If they let you in, you got to see it. It's amazing what they can do for backyard parties. And these are folks trying to operate a business, and they have to worry every day that the pieces from the abandoned plant are going to fall on their business. And so it took a lot of legal action. First, the court ordered the owner to take it down. He ignored them. Then he ordered him to pay us when we take it down. He's ignored that too. He's failed to pay his taxes on most of the buildings, but we are moving forward, and it's going to cost us $1.6 million to take down what is basically 2 blocks of this project, which will get done this year. Then we're going to take down a section south of Grand Boulevard later on in the year, and over the next 2 years, we are going to take down every section of this plant that isn't usable. And it's my hope that we can retain frontage both on the north and the south side of Grand Boulevard. And LaJuan Counts is going to talk to you about that because we're going to analyze every single section of this. But we're going to reuse what we can. We are going to take down what we can't. And certainly we owe real gratitude to Governor Whitmer and the state legislature that funded us with industrial site clearance money, as well as President Biden and what he did on the American Rescue Plan, because we finally have the resources not just to take this down, but to reuse this site and make it a source of jobs. We are very close to one of the largest electric vehicle factories in the country. There's going to be a demand for suppliers in this area. And I want to get this site back to putting people to work as quickly as possible. We are very blessed to have a director of demolition who I think pretty much everybody agrees is outstanding. LaJuan Counts is the person knocking down the abandoned houses in the neighborhood, but she's also the person going through the city and taking down the commercial properties that have been dragging down neighborhoods for decades. And we believe the same thing. As we save the train station, we save the Metropolitan building. Every building that we can save, we're going to save. But those that can't be saved, we're going to protect the community and the surrounding neighbors by getting them down. And let me now turn this over to the person responsible for what you're seeing behind you, our director, LaJuan Counts.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Mayor, for your very kind words. I'm very humbled by the task before us, and I'm proud and I'm truly confident that this team, this demolition team's ability to take care of this project. And real quickly, I'd like to have all of the demo team that's here, if you could just wave so that we can acknowledge you. This is my team, and I truly support, and I'm very grateful for everything that they do. The Packard has been neglected and an eyesore and a clear and present danger for as long as I can remember. And I'm a lifelong resident and a 25-year employee of the city of Detroit. Detroiters like Ms. Moxley and Ms. Berry, who have lived nearby, should not have to endure this type of nuisance each and every day just to go out to pick up their mail or to say hello to a neighbor. In addition, the neighbors of the display group shouldn't have to worry, those employees of the display group shouldn't have to worry about their safety as they come in and out of the facility either. The demolition team has worked diligently with the mayor's team in order to get to this moment. In fact, we started this project back in April, and we've been working these past 5 months to reach to the point of active demolition. Multiple city departments have stepped up to support, from BC and OCP, to bring this project to fruition. And today, as we see the active demo, we're going to start on the large parcel behind me, which is actually 6199 Concord, and we anticipate this initial portion of the demo to be completed around December. So with a special thanks to our demolition partners, Homrich and their team, they've been phenomenal up until this point, and we can anticipate that there's going to be a successful completion of this project. In closing, I'd like to thank Mayor Duggan again for supporting our work, and to the residents of this community who spoke up and made their voices heard. So at this time, I'd like to bring to the podium Council Member Scott Benson, who's from District 3.
Thank you, Director Counts. Good afternoon, everybody. And so this is huge. As we stand here today to talk about bringing down a huge eyesore that has been a problem in the city of Detroit for decades. And so this attraction has been something closer to ruin porn over the years versus a great community gathering like we see here today and a future. And when we talk about having buildings of this nature that populate our city and cause problems, reduce the quality of life for our residents, when the city gets engaged and we work with our federal as well as state partners to find the financing and funding to bring these type of properties down, this is what a city does to improve the quality of life. This is also part of revitalization of our city and our industrial corridors. When you talk about a vacant, blighted building, there are no tax dollars being generated. There are no jobs being created here. But now, once we demolish this property will be placed back on the tax rolls. You'll see a growth of our general fund and an improvement to the quality of life for our neighbors and for the city of Detroit. And this is why activities and projects like this are so important. So number one, just want to thank our federal and state partners, thank the administration, the mayor's office, as well as Director Counts for making this happen, finding the money, putting together the talent to knock this building down. And with that, I'd like to bring forward Ray Simpson from District 5 Council President Sheffield's office.
Good afternoon. Unfortunately, the benevolent Madam President Mary Sheffield could not be with us today, but she has prepared a quote. It is unfortunate that the previous plans for the redevelopment did not come to fruition, and the lack of action by the previous owner has left the building in a dangerous state. So, I am excited to finally begin the long-awaited demolition of the Packard plant. I am thrilled that the nearby residents and businesses are one step closer to feeling safer in their community. This is a win for District 5 and, quite frankly, all of Detroit. I am looking forward to engaging with residents on the next phases of demolition and the redevelopment for their community. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to have our neighbor to the north of us, the display groups, Mike McConnell, come forward to speak.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Mayor Duggan, we'll make sure to get you a key so you can bring your mother back here and show her up close in person. I'm Mike McConnell, president of AVL Creative and partner here at Display Group. I want to start by saying thank you to the mayor's office and to the city for having us here on this significant day. Our collective of companies is headquartered here in what was formerly Packard Building 22. Now I'm pleased to welcome you into our backyard. Building 22 is the last standing building in the Packard plant and is located at the north end of the property. My partner and the founder of Display Group, Rick Portwood, purchased this building in 2015, and he moved our headquarters here from the Corktown neighborhood. Display Group is an event-focused collective offering event design, event rentals, custom fabrication, and audiovisual production. Over the past 8 years, we've poured love and investment monies into repurposing this building and the surrounding neighborhood. Unfortunately, the adjacent buildings of the Packard plant have been deteriorating, resulting in falling debris on our roof and the inevitable reclaiming by nature. For years, we've been extremely hopeful for what the growth of this community and the plans that were laid out by the previous owner and the current property owner, and it just hasn't happened. This area was once a booming center for jobs, residents, and everyday life. But in the spirit of Detroit, we know there is a rebirth coming. One of our core values at Display Group is to be loyal to our community. And although that spans nationwide, for 30 years we've been headquartered in this city and we feel strong connection to our Detroit roots. During our time here, we've watched out for our neighbors and they've watched out for us. Each year we host a neighborhood cleanup. We've opened our doors to students from local schools so they can see the career pathways that we bring to the city. And we've constantly and continue to invite our clients and partners from all over the world here. We love Detroit. We love this city. We love the neighborhood, and we look forward to continuing our support. I want to thank the city one more time for their commitment to the Packard East Side neighborhood and for addressing the safety concerns of its residents by the removal of this blight. We also want to thank you for supporting the investments in the future neighborhood that will be brought here through new jobs and opportunities. We're so grateful that we can be included today and have a front row seat to this necessary revitalization. Thank you.
And we saved the best for last. With this project, we had the opportunity to engage with the community, and I had the pleasure of meeting and getting to know both Ms. Moxley and Ms. Berry. And so at this time, I'd like to bring them to the stage.
Hello, everybody. I just like to thank everyone who is involved. It has been a long time coming, and I'm so glad that we're finally getting a victory. We've been waiting for this for a very long time. I'd like to thank the mayor and Ms. Counts and her demolition team for putting this together for us. She made a promise and she kept it, and I'm excited. I'm ready for this to go.
I would like to say thank you to the mayor, to Ms. Counts, to the demolition crew, to everyone for giving us this opportunity so that we can have a beautification in our area, to be able to look outside of our doors and see change. So thank you to everyone that has made this happen. We appreciate you.
Thank you, everyone. At this time, we're going to give you what you're here to see. If you look over my shoulder here, we're going to start with the demolition. Good to go, Cody.
Should we be backing up? Come on, let's back up. They're backing up. Let's back up. If they're backing up, let's back up.
Yo. Yeah, they still just turned down the building.